let's take a look at April 30. The caller reports a 6-person disturbance. Do you see that?
Yep.
And then, if I understand what is happening here, it looks like that's a call at 17:45, and exactly 20 minutes later, 18:05, your officer 9614 arrives in Whiteclay.
No, that wasn't said.
Doesn't it say 18:05, officer 9614 arrives in Whiteclay?
You're missing 1751, officer
Reports no contact, correct?
Yeah.
And that's a different officer, correct?
No,
9617.
it was an officer that they advised, an officer 9617 at 2 miles south of Whiteclay. There was a possible assault or disturbance.
And then there's a report that, just a moment, sir, I'll ask if I may. There's a report that says 1751, officer 9617 reports no contact. 1077, correct?
Right.
Okay. And the next entry about Whiteclay is 18:05, officer arrives. True?
9614 arrived, yeah.
And then it continues with a description of activity, including contact with persons at the 555 building, correct?
What?
1835 hours?
Yes.
What's the 555 building?
That's a building that Bruce Von Fleur had, that he had rented out, or had people doing business in there. I don't know if he owned it or leased it, but that's a building that sits on the east side of Whiteclay in the southern part of the town.
Okay. All right, I want to ask you about just 2 more entries, and I want you to go to Exhibit 152 for this, please. It will just be a few documents forwarded in my volume. I'll be done with this subject and nearly finished with my questions for you. So this is Exhibit 152. This is another summary of your dispatch log, isn't it? April 2016. Is that correct?
Well, yeah, that's what it says.
I see an entry on April 4, 2016. You see it? 21:39 hours, 5 to 7 men reported fighting. You see that?
Right.
The response, that comes at 21:39 hours, right?
Right.
And then at 22:14 hours, nobody observed fighting. True?
Well, this is what this says, but it ain't a copy of my log.
No, it's a summary of your log, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I don't know who made this summary.
So you want to check your log to see what it says? So my question is, Sheriff, is this again an example of the sum total of the investigation of a report of 5 to 7 men fighting?
Well, if the officers get there and there's nobody there, that's what he's reporting there. He got there, there's nobody there. It didn't say that he didn't talk to people and find out who was fighting or not fighting.
There's also an entry I see there, nearby there, to a place called Camp Justice. What's that?
Camp Justice is a area in South Dakota that was established in '99 by some Native Americans. It's just south of where they found 2 Native American people that had been a homicide with 2 Native Americans. And they established, Tom Forbear established a place that he called Camp Justice. And that was
What's it used for now?
I don't go there. I drive by it on the Highway 402, that's in South Dakota. It comes off on 87. I drive by it when I go through Pine Ridge. But it appears to me, I haven't been over there, but it appears to me that they've got tents and sleeping bags and stuff.
How far is it from the state line? 20 feet?
Well, where I observed the tents and sleeping bags is about 200 yards north of the state line.
200 yards from the state line, where you see these tents and sleeping bags.
Well, you can't see it from the state line. You got to drive down 407.
How far would that be from the nearest liquor store in Whiteclay?
About 450 yards.
Do you know who the sheriff is of Lakota, Oglala County, South Dakota?
Not presently, no.
Do you know whether that county has an elected sheriff?
I think they have an appointed sheriff.
Do you know who he is?
Not presently.
Do you know a man named Rex Conroy?
Yes.
Where does he live?
Last I knew, he lived out by the casino.
Which casino?
Pine Ridge Casino.
Do you know if he lives in Fall River now?
No, I don't.
Do you know if he serves as the county sheriff of both Lakota, Oglala County and Fall River County, South Dakota?
No, I don't.
Do you know who the chief of police is in Pine Ridge?
Not presently.
Do you know who the chief law enforcement is for the Oglala Lakota Nation?
It'd be the same person.
Same person as the chief of police, you mean?
Yeah.
You know who the attorney general is of the Oglala Lakota?
I
Learned that today.
learned that today.
When was the last time you made an arrest for a liquor offense?
What do you mean a liquor offense? There's several kinds of liquor offense.
Well, what does the term liquor offense mean to you?
Well, it depends on what you're talking about, sir. If you're talking about DWI, that's a liquor offense.
So, when was the last time you made a liquor offense arrest?
Me personally, probably months ago.
When was the last time you made a liquor offense arrest for something that happened at a liquor sales establishment?
It's been so long ago, I couldn't tell you. Sir.
You know how many of those kinds of arrests your department made in 2016?
Yeah.
Is the answer none?
Yeah.
And is the answer none for 2015?
I believe so.
And is it also none for 2014?
Yes.
No further questions.
Ms. Wallace.
Sheriff, did you testify before the Sheridan County Board when the liquor license renewal came up?
No.
Were you present?
I was present.
So I'm guessing they didn't ask you any questions then related to any law enforcement issues that may arise for you in Whiteclay?
During the hearing, no.
And if I understand you, you currently have 5 deputies plus yourself for Sheridan County. Is that correct?
That's correct. One's in training.
One is in. And you mentioned that you've had difficulty keeping staff. I think you talked about that quite a bit. Do you think, though, that what is the geographical area in miles for your county?
Well, my county's 36 miles wide, 69 miles long.
And do you think that it's challenging to have that large of an area to patrol?
Yes, the southern part of the county don't get patrolled as much as the northern part of the county.
You've heard of challenges, and you've heard of allegations of and incidents in Whiteclay and the issues that take place in Whiteclay that you're not.
Today, what are you talking about today?
Well, that wasn't a very good question, so I apologize. Okay. But let's go to the last time that you were in Whiteclay yourself was?
Last time I was in Whiteclay myself, today is Thursday. Monday.
And you've been sheriff of Sheridan County for how long?
22 years.
Have you observed of individuals in possession of alcohol on the streets of Whiteclay?
Yes.
And open alcoholic containers?
Yes.
How many do you observe when you go there?
Depends on what time of day and what time of month.
Would you say it's a substantial number?
Object on foundation or speculation. There may be at least some definition of what substantial is.
I agree with this question.
Okay. So, can you give me an estimate of how many on a given day that you've been in Whiteclay? How many people you've seen in possession of alcohol?
On private or public property?
Let's start with public.
1, 2, or 3.
And you make arrests for that?
Huh?
Do you make arrests for that?
No, I don't.
That's an arrestable offense, is it not?
It's a citable offense, it's not arrestable.
Okay. Is it, do you cite for it instead?
No.
And it is a violation of the law to consume alcohol on public property, is that correct?
That's correct.
When was the last time you issued a citation to an individual who was consuming alcohol on public property in Whiteclay, Nebraska?
When he wouldn't pour it out?
When he wouldn't pour it out, is that what you
Yeah.
said? So when consuming and go up and you say you need to pour it out?
Yep.
And so do you know when that happened last?
About 2 years ago.
And are you talking about yourself personally? How about any of your deputies?
I'm just talking about myself personally.
And how about your deputies in the last 2 years? Have you issued any citations for consumption of alcohol on public property?
Some.
In the last 2 years?
Yep.
Do you know how many?
No, I don't.
And would that be in your call logs?
No.
Where would that be then?
Well, that would show up on the citation issued by that officer.
So, I don't understand. If you had contact with an individual and you cited them for consumption of alcohol on public property, that would not be in your call log, your Sheridan County dispatch log?
No, because you could be on foot patrolling instead of in your car patrolling.
And that foot patrol would park the car and be walking around the Whiteclay?
Right.
Does that happen?
Yeah.
How often?
Well, it depends on the officer. Some of them like to get out, mingle with people, some of them don't. I personally would like to visit with them. What do you want to call them? You call them street people. So let's stick with that. So I like to visit with them. To see what's going on in their life, to see if they've, why they're in Whiteclay drinking, right? Try to figure out. A lot of them are in Whiteclay drinking because they have lost a family member and don't want to go home.
So how about consumption of alcohol on private property?
That's not against the law in the state of Nebraska.
So are you stating that all of the, well, first of all, have you investigated any incidents of trespassing?
Yes.
And have you heard any allegations of trespassing?
Yes.
In your city of Nebraska?
Yes.
Have you issued any citations against any individuals for consuming alcohol on private property or trespassing?
We have instituted a form that the landowners, businessmen, if they don't want these people trespassing, they fill it out. We give it to this individual and tell them that can't go back to that property. Then if they were caught back on that property, then they're issued a citation.
And do you know of any citations that have been issued for trespassing in the last 2 years?
Yes.
And when was the last one?
About a week and a half ago.
So I take it there's no result of that particular citation yet?
What?
There's no result yet, I take it?
No.
Court result. Okay. You don't know if anything's been filed here?
Well, it's more likely been filed in court. Court date. Question wasn't asked to me, so I can't answer.
Okay, the question wasn't asked you, so I will ask you, do you know if there's a court date?
Yes, the officer gave them court date.
So if I understand correctly, on trespassing, you have agreements with the landowners that they will tell you if they want you to enforce laws related to individuals consuming alcohol on their land. Is that right?
Yes, this notice of trespassing was the county attorney and law enforcement in Sheridan County, not only my department, and business or landowners come up with this notice of trespass, so that when the next time they was trespassing, there would be evidence that they was given notice not to trespass.
And if I understand correctly, then you don't issue a citation until you can show that that's been previously